So the project is basically about sustainable fashion, and it's looking into ways we can like guys help me out. How am I explaining this?
So we're working with Remake, and their premise of like their business is to alert people different ways and how they could shop sustainably, how you can like I don't know what's the word. I
Upcycle.
just know like upcycle different clothes, and they have like a directory on their website where they rank and rate different companies of who's sustainable and who's not. So I think the company's overall message is to get us to be more aware and to make better decisions.
Yeah,
How we're shopping.
Yeah.
Yes,
for sure.
and not to sad that you couldn't do the event because of the COVID.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we wanted to do the event, but it couldn't happen. COVID. It's such a nightmare. Like I feel like it would have been so good, but
Yeah, it's too difficult right now.
Yeah, exactly. Especially because it's so unpredictable. Like you never know when something's going to change or like
Yeah, exactly.
Like, tomorrow we're gonna have like a new kind of COVID and
exactly. But that's the beauty of online, isn't it?
I guess.
So, in terms of you creating and like remaking clothing, what kind of inspired you to do that in the first place? Like, what kind of got you going on that, on like making?
On sustainable clothes, you mean, or especially taking old clothes?
Like both, both, yeah.
What I've done is like when I first starting my studies, I was doing my foundation year, and I knew nothing about fashion, right? And I was just like cutting my patterns from my fabric, and I had like this huge bag of fabric that was supposed to be like thrown away, and I was like, no, I put so much money, and even like it was money, and also like it was fabric, like too much fabric to just be in the bin. So I just decided like to think how I could reuse the fabric, so I don't have to buy more and I don't have to throw anything away. And I first started to wave. Basically, I was cutting my fabric like in short strips, and I was sewing them together. And at the end, I had like this huge bobbin of thread, not really, but of fabric. And I waved my own fabric with it. So it was quite nice. And I started to look at sustainable fashion like this. Mm-hmm. And when I went back in France, one of my friends was working at a festival, and she wanted me to have like to show fashion, like sustainable fashion at this festival. And then we had like to collaborate together. And so I just had to do like 3 outfits. And I've done like in my head, like I cannot wave my own fabric for 3-4 outfits. It's a lot. And I used to collect a lot of clothes from my friends and my family. Like every time they wanted to throw away something because it was too old or they were bored of this item, I used to just collect them. And then I started to just cut, like to use a garment as a fabric, like to cut my pattern into a garment instead of buying fabrics and cutting like from it. So yeah.
Nice. So how long have you been like doing it then?
It's been 3 years.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's quite long. Like I started to do it like as I don't know, like just practice. I was practicing because it was a bit confusing, like how I could do it sustainable. I used to have like huge patterns. And in my head, I was like, okay, now I have to think, how can I make the pattern smaller? And how can I make it nicer? Because
especially with this project,
like learning so much about cut the pattern, and
the
like,
ethics
yeah,
and like
cut it.
how it like fashion, the industry itself impacts.
I don't know, like, nice to the eyes as well.
Kind of interesting to see like how we can like consume clothes in a better way, like shopping more sustainability, like charity shops, or like reworking things that you have in your house. You don't like throw away big pieces of like clothing and stuff. So what would be your tip for someone who like wants to get into that?
Into like sustainable fashion, or
Yeah,
so
like reworking clothing, or like shopping a bit more sustainable.
to shop a bit more sustainable, I would avoid any type of fast fashion, of course, which is quite obvious, and just shop smart. Let's say like you gonna buy like one expensive pair of jeans that's gonna be, I don't know, 200, but you're gonna buy once for the year because it's gonna last longer. Like you have to buy like quality and something that you know you're gonna wear a long time, instead of buying like I don't know, like 10 pair of jeans a year. Like it's so stupid. Yeah, make sure that you're buying good quality. Like buy less but wear more. That's the most important thing to me.
Yeah.
And for sustainable fashion, I would say just try everything. Like, to be honest, there is always a way. We can dye our clothes, like there is dyeing from avocado. I don't know if you saw. You can dye your clothes from.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, you can literally cook your avocado. I don't know. You're doing an avocado toast. You keep the, how is it called? The thing you don't eat at the middle.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
And then you just can dye your clothes from it. And I think it's gonna
Wow.
blue, something like maybe not, but you can dye your clothes. Like, just try everything from it, and it's so much like more interesting than just buying a nice fabric. Well, it's quite nice as well, but you know what I mean. Like, it's your more like your product at the end. So it's nice.
Yeah, I saw onion skins. Someone was like dyeing silk or some sort of silky material with onion skin. I thought that was really cool, and it came out this kind of like tie-dye looking fabric, and I thought, wow, like onion skin, maybe I'll try that.
Oh, I love that. So cool.
Yeah.
Like, do you like ever sometimes feel conflicted, like with working sustainably, but also want to buy new fabrics?
Always. Like, I mean, it's so nice to, you know, like, I love when, for example, I'm shopping. I bet you already have this feeling, like when you're shopping and you love the fabric of a dress. You love, I don't know, like the flower, but you hate the dress itself.
Yeah.
So I always love being like, oh, I could find the dress. Like maybe someone like gonna want to throw away this dress, and I could like make it as a skirt or something like this. It's always nice. But sometimes when you are at the fabric shop and you see like proper nice fabric, you're like, oh, it could be so nice and so easy. Just like a normal person. You don't have to think about anything. You just cut it and you're done. So yeah, it's quite difficult. But I mean, you can always find the good balance. Like if you don't wear only sustainable clothes, you don't have to like.
Do you think that like upcycling could ever take over the fast fashion landscape, like in the future?
To be honest, I think it will. Like,
Yeah.
I really will. Like maybe in I don't know, like 30 years time, because obviously we cannot keep going like this. Otherwise we're gonna have a big problem. Like so just I think like more and more people are interested about sustainable clothing, and there is more and more people around me that just starting to think that they're just gonna stop buying at Zara or H&M, for example, just because it's a bit too much when you see the numbers. It's insane. So yeah. Be the way of we're gonna shop.
What advice would you give like retail companies like ASOS or like H&M, like to cut back on making so many clothes?
The thing is, they're just like making too much clothes. Like I think they have like 52 collection a year, something like this, which is insane. I think it should be better if they still want to produce like lots of clothes. They should, but maybe just do like go back to 4 collection, maybe like a year, like maybe quantity, but not a lot every day, because there is always something new. Like I can go on
Yeah.
ASOS right now and it's gonna have like more and more clothes every day. So just like stop producing too much and do too much collection. Just if they want to keep like high numbers, do it, because we cannot say like oh, tomorrow you're gonna stop fast fashion now,
Yeah.
but just do it gradually and less and less and less, and just go back to normal. Like normally it's just 2 collection a year, and they have like so much. So
Yeah, because really, like, they only need like what, a summer and winter collection.
Yeah.
exactly.
And throughout the year, like, there's not many clothes. And like other, I'd say more luxury brands, so like Supreme, they only make a limited number of items, but people still want to go buy them and they make it work for them. So I don't understand how other companies can't maybe follow this similar model and make maybe less clothes, and then other people, you know, can
Exactly.
make do with their own.
But to be honest, I think it's also because of a trend. Like
True.
there's a new trend like every week, so people want to be trendy and go buy the newest thing to have. But and 2 weeks after, it's like they don't want to wear it because it was not their style. To be honest, it's just a trend. So
Yeah.
Instagram, when you see influencers wearing like the same
It's
like one
yeah.
outfit, and then they're like, okay, never gonna wear that again. It's like
Yeah,
every
exactly.
pocket of mentality.
Like social media like contributes to like fast fashion and all that stuff. Because like a lot of influencers are like sponsored by like all these brands, like Pretty Little Thing,
Exactly.
because they get like money from it.
Yeah.
And all the micro trends from, I think TikTok was like the biggest like impact over lockdown. All the trends that just lasted about a week or a couple of
yeah,
And then
It's
everyone
insane.
was on board onto the
Yeah.
thing. No, it's crazy. And even like Pretty Little Things, like Black Friday sale. Did everyone see that? Where they were
Oh
selling
my
clothes for, like
god.
was it
50
in like £1
Yeah.
something?
Yeah,
Literally.
They did it last year as well.
scary. Yeah, you'd think that they would learn from the backlash they got last year, but I swear they don't.
I think the
They
money
call it like
is
Pink Friday or something. They didn't even
important.
call it like Black Friday.
Pink Friday.
Friday.
It's
I think the
insane.
money is just more important to them. Like, at the end of the day, they're living their life, like jet setting of different countries, and then we're the ones that are buying it. You know, I think maybe the public's attitude to fashion also needs to change. I think the more we start, you know, being accountable for our own actions, I think maybe businesses might listen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
The thing is, they always found like somewhere to sell the clothes too. So,
Yeah.
so like, if people don't stop buying it, they're gonna keep producing it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because someone will always buy it.
True.
Yeah,
There's always like a market for them.
I do also think like, even though like we have to shop sustainable, sometimes like it is very expensive, and I get like you're paying for quality, but it's kind of like we need to develop a market where it's like to make it accessible if we want everyone to shop sustainable. And I feel like reworking clothing could be that avenue, because you're not buying new things, you're just reworking things that you have.
yeah, I do agree. And at the same time, like I feel like people just have lost the like how much it costs to produce like a garment.
Yeah,
For example, like the fabric itself, it's quite expensive. If I'm not talking about reworking old clothes, the fabric itself, it's quite expensive, and then to pay people to do it, it's expensive as well. Because let's not forget that they just have slave like
Yeah.
we working like for them literally for free, so they don't have to pay this. And that's normal. But at the end, the t-shirt's gonna be £10 or something like this, when it should really be like £50. So just think like people are forgetting this. But I do understand that it's a lot money to put at once. Like if we want to buy one thing at the time, and I think there is a white middle to find. Like maybe we don't have like to buy like to spend I don't know, like 1,000 for a nice jacket, but if everybody's doing an effort, maybe like Zara gonna pay more their workers, and that is gonna make it more sustainable. Let's say just the fact that they're paying their workers the right price, like for their job. Just gonna be like a tiny bit more expensive, but still cheap, like compared to what the price is. I think it's the way. I'm not saying tomorrow everybody should stop buying at Zara. Zara should close. The fast fashion should close. I'm just saying everybody should do a little bit of an effort for every day, and then it's gonna be gradually better and better.
Definitely.
So would you say, like, okay, for example, if Pretty Little Thing, they found a way that they could be sustainable, they could employ workers that weren't being under slave working conditions, they could actually get sustainable material that would last long, but also be effective, that people can wear it forever, and they increase their overall prices, would that be the way to go?
I think it's not about like, it's obviously better, obviously, but it's not about the fabric. It's just about the way people are like the way people are buying clothes, just buying too much clothes. Maybe like it could be better, but at the end of the day, it just we don't need as much clothes people are buying from them. Just that's it. I would say the first thing to do, it will be to reduce their production, and that's it. So stop offering as much as possibility to the customers, because after all, we are all human. Like of course, like we're gonna want new things when we're gonna see ads with like a nicer dress than we got last month and it's cheap. Of course, we want to have it. So
So like kind of the overall goal is like just to change people's like perceptions and opinions on having to buy new clothes. It's more like, you got your clothes, if you want to make them new, maybe you figure out a way you could maybe dye them, or maybe cut them up and see what you can do with it. So just be creative rather than going out and getting something new because it's convenient.
Yeah,
exactly. It's like I don't know if you do it as well, but like I used to go, like when I was going out, I always wanted to have like the best outfit. So I used to just go at H&M, buy like a black bodysuit, wear it once, and next time like in my next night out, I would do literally the same, which is so stupid. Like I could I don't know, like exchange it to like with my sister. Maybe my sister could give me something to wear. Like just change people's habits, and that's it. But this is the trick, like it's literally in a habit. We're just like too used to get something new when we need to.
I think that could be cool. Like instead of buying stuff, we could just ask people like to exchange clothes.
Yeah,
because then you're using what you have instead of like going out to get something new.
Exactly. And you're still getting something new, but it's obviously not like, because it's new to your wardrobe. It's still not buying cheap fast fashion.
Sometimes people only like wear outfits like one time, like how like you only go out once and you buy something else.
I think we as humans, we just get bored. We get bored way too easily, and everything is like on our phones, a click of a button. Like even, for example, like delivery, instead of cooking at home, like, oh, I'll just go get Nando's.
Everything's been made too easy now. Like the company, they've cracked onto that.
Exactly.
Too fast.
Have you got any more questions?
Oh yeah. So is it easier to work with articles of clothing that already exist and turn them into something different, or is it harder?
I would say it's harder. Just because sometimes, and it depends on the size. For example, let's say I'm saying like, okay, I'm gonna take like 10 t-shirts, and I have my pattern, and I want to cut it into these t-shirts. Sometimes it's gonna be like an extra small and then an extra large. So obviously the size like of a t-shirt won't be the same. So I have to think about it as well. And there's like lots of things to like I have to look at. So it's quite difficult. It's harder than just buying like a fabric when I just don't have to think. I put my pattern on it, cut it, done. But I have to say the result, it's nicer because also what I really like is I could use every time the same patterns and never gonna have the same result because it's never gonna be from the same fabric. So it's always gonna be like very unique. And I think it's quite nice as well. Like harder, but it's I don't know. I prefer it. I prefer the goal, like the end final product.
Would you say like you finding your own way of being sustainable and like making your own different patterns, you think it's made you into a better creative?
Definitely. Yeah. I think like most of the thing I made, I would never like made it otherwise. Like and sometimes it's just like I see a t-shirt and I love I don't know like the fabric itself on the t-shirt, and I'm thinking, oh, it could be so nice if I'm putting it like this and cut it like this. Like I have more ideas than just like having to think about a drawing, like a design, putting it on putting it on paper, and doing the patterns, etc. Just like it's more like the item itself that could inspire me sometimes. So
Yeah, I love that.
You can say it sounds like you have a little bit more freedom as well, like when creating your own pieces.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll be things that you may not see like on the high street or, in shops. So it's kind of a bit more innovative, which is really cool.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes just thinking like because we always have like lots of possibilities. Like this summer I've done like a shirt, and I just like there were some details of another shirt that I like, so I just cut it, putting on top of it. Like you always can put more and more details, and it's really nice.
Leanne, are you currently a uni student then? Are you still studying or?
Oh yeah, I'm at my third year.
Nice.
Yeah, almost done. But this summer I wanted to launch my brand, so with the same idea that I just told you. So I thought like, but I had the choice like finishing my studies or doing the brand, and I just say, okay, let's finish it and then I will do it later.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think you should start. I think you should start doing it now. You're in your third year, and I feel like by the time you finished, at least to have maybe like a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Easier, and then you can start adding pictures, like an Instagram account.
I do have it.
Oh, do you?
Like yeah.
Oh, what is it?
For you. I have like a website. We also have like a website, but we never, because we had to pay if we wanted to be online.
Yeah.
It's AMR, like my last name, clothes.
Yeah. Where do you see yourself in 10 years with your work?
I wish I could have like a brand, to be honest, like with this idea. And one of my main goals, like I would be the happiest girl in the world if I have it, is to have like an incubator. Is it an English word? like a place where I could where young designer that are interested in the sustainable fashion could come, and I could help them. Like they would have like all the machines and all what they need to work on their on their project, and I could help them
Like-
to progress. Like
Like
a
a
place
work-
where,
Oh.
sorry?
like a workspace. Like a,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, exactly.
no,
A
yeah.
workspace, but, like where I could help them, like pushing their project further. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
So cool. So like a brand that's not sustainable at the moment could come and like to you and be more inspired and like learn how to be more sustainable. Is that
Yeah,
kind
exactly. Like, yeah, they could but, like everybody would be welcome. Like just a place, for example, yeah, like a workspace, like about sustainable fashion. So everybody could share their ideas, help each other, use all the materials they need. So yeah, this is my end goal.
that would be
I love
amazing.
that. It's so
That's a
good.
lot of collaboration.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do you enjoy collaboration and collaborating with other
I do.
creators? Yeah.
Yes, because now like when you're designing stuff like this, at the end you just have no more ideas. Like your brain is so empty, and when you're meeting people, they have like a different point of views, different way of working, and it just inspires you so much. So it's back again, like you have more ideas. Like that.
Has the new wave of sustainability affected your course in any way?
Oh, yeah.
Uh, yes, kind of. Like just like it's putting not limits, but it's quite difficult. Let's say I cannot do exactly what I want in my course. Like I have to do like more. It's easier with my course if I just buy like a new fabric, just because I have my concept. They really want me to push it further, and it's like they want me to give them samples of fabric. They really want me to have like a very precise idea of what I'm gonna do, which I understand, to be honest. So it's a bit difficult. Like I'm trying to have like maybe in my final lineup, I have like 6 outfits. I'm trying to have like 1 or 2 made of old clothes, but most of them are just not made of like I just go to the fabric shop and buy a new fabric, just because it's easier like to respect my concept and everything, just because it's really about my studies. They want to see that I understood where I come from. Anyways, like it's a bit more difficult to understand them where I'm going with it. But
Yeah.
Do you have any like new pieces you're working on currently, or like any shows like for your studies that you have coming up?
For my studies, I do have like the final I'm gonna have to do like outfits, but otherwise I don't have like anything planned. But as I would like to launch my brand. I'm always like kind of trying to work like new design. I'm trying like what I like to do is just to try. And also I love to do garments for myself and for my friends. Like sometimes like people like oh, I have like lately like one of my friends, like she destroyed like her pair of jeans by mistake, and she asked me if I could turn it into a skirt, like this kind of stuff. And I'm practicing really like just I don't have like any project, but I just love to practice, because
Yeah.
the more you practice, the better you get.